Hey, how's it going, everybody? So, hey, buddy. Oh, thank you. So, as promised, a little bit later than I anticipated, but we're going to be learning how to play the Outlier today, which is one of two songs I wrote for the new Color Failure album, which is out now. Go live your life. Go live your best life by listening to Color Failure. This one's going to be a little bit longer because I'm going to be playing the whole song and then breaking down both parts of the guitar section. They're not horrifically different, but they are important because you get certain harmonies that might be difficult to hear in the full mix. So I'll show you guys how to do that, and then I'll pet my doggy's belly, and then we'll rock out. So let's do it. Okay, so the basics of this song really aren't too difficult. By the way, I'm using the bridge pickup, which in this case is tapped, just so you know. So the whole idea is it's basically based around an E minor pentatonic thing, and I'm just walking down it. So the first couple chords are like this, and I'm going to arpeggiate them. So we have an E5, although usually I mute that when I'm... Otherwise it would sound like this. Not a huge difference, but I like the clarity of muting the top E. And then we make like a little triangle here, which is a C. So we go from E5 to C sharp minor 7 to C major 7 to just octaves here on the B. And like the first chord, we only play 2 notes here, so I'm actually muting, with the fat of my finger, I'm muting the A string. Then we do this nice, beautiful, one of my favorite chord shapes ever. It's an add 9, so it's technically an A5 add 9 chord is the name of it. Love how that chord sounds. We go to a G5. And then you keep your pinky, or whatever, however you do it. You keep the 5th there, move down the root note a half step. And then you're back to the E5, but except at a lower octave. So altogether it's... And by the way, each one of those is 5. 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5. Forgot about that part. So it's kind of like a call and response idea. So open E. So you're just going from the open E to the C note here on the A string down to the B. Excuse me, not on the A string, it's on the E string. And then you do this again. 2, 3, 4. And then you're basically adding a part every time. Go down to the open E. So that's kind of like a minor third bluesy idea, except you're going from the E to the F sharp, bending that real lazy bend up to the G to give it a lot of color. Then we're back to... And then it's if you just want to look at this as like a pentatonic box shape. So that's, what is that, 9 on the G string, 9 on the D string, 7 on the A string, and 9. And then you do that bend. Back to this. And this part, fingering wise, is a little tricky. So you're sliding into the 9th fret G string, going over a string to the D, also on the 9th fret, B string on the 12th fret, 11th fret also on the B string, and then you're bending up. So I'll just play all the parts, whatever you want to call them, the in-between parts. There's part 1. There's part 2. There's part 3. And then we go into like the pre-chorus section, I guess. So the first part is the same exact chords. You're adding a few, but it's the same. Right? So it's... So it's 1, 2, 5, 1, 2. So we're doing a like chromatic walk down. Okay, so then we get to the rock out part. Normally I switch to a fuzz. I'm not going to do that for this, but it's pretty easy. It's just... And then just, you know, mute the strings. So the only notes we're really playing, or at least the root notes of each chord, are E, F sharp, G, and A. And then we hit that long E and just let it That's the coda, that's where the song restarts. And then we're back to... Okay, so the second pre-chorus goes like this. Instead of that part, we're just playing mostly cowboy chords to fill out those sounds, because most of these are just 2 or 3 notes. So the first chord is just an E minor, 5 count, just like everything else. That matches with this E5, right? And then we're at B, so guess what? We go to B minor. Again, fills the sound out. So now we have that cool A5 add 9. So the reason it's called an add 9 is because it doesn't have a 7th, your 7th scale degree. So what I did is I want to hear that full 9 sound, so I just did an A minor 7. And when you layer them, you're actually getting that full minor. Well, actually, this is a major 9, so that would be A minor 7 add major 9, which is even cooler. And then we go to G5, so guess what? Doing a G major chord over that, and then we drop our root note a half step to get a minor 6 sound, and we go to the A minor. So that's actually a minor 3rd below the root note, which in this case is A. So you get some cool harmonies. So all together. And then the second rock out part happens, which again is just... The only difference is this time there's like a break. Just follow that part. Right, so the third time around, he says, the third time around there's actually a break. So just in between every chord. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then the very last part is pretty simple. It's just E to F. Both 5 chords. And then that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As per usual, make sure to check out all the links and stuff. Color Failure's new album's out now. If you're in the Denton, Texas area, make sure to check them out. And if you have any questions or you want to do lessons, let me know. Also, huge shout out to my homie David for getting me, let's see if I can show it. You can't see it because there's a giant light right there. There's a new Marshall head. It's a Silver Jubilee. And it makes me jubilant because it sounds so goddamn good. Anyways, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll talk to you later.